Did you have a love of fashion and those things before getting into this niche?
Not even remotely.
It's a definite problem that I have, is finishing a job before moving on to the next shiny thing.
Yeah. I used to walk around with cowboy boots like when I was younger.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Well, hello, welcome back to the Tack Cave. Wait for it. Simon's here. So I did say that I was really looking forward to Simon, the gentleman marketeer, coming down to have a look at my space. And then at some point in the future, I'm going to come up to yours, have a look at your space.
Yeah, definitely.
There'll be a video on Simon's channel. I'll link that at the end so you can go and check it out. But while you're here, I thought I'd show you around and we can talk a bit about some of the stuff we've covered today. We're both resellers, we're both full-time, but our businesses are about as different as they could be. Is that fair?
Yeah, fair.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, what were your thoughts when you came in here?
So I don't know if like you've just purely and simply tidied up for my purpose.
Yes.
Yes. But I actually didn't think I was expecting to actually basically to be like completely shocked and actually go like, oh, there's no organisation, it's an absolute nightmare. And I actually don't think it is. I don't think it's like too bad at all. I can see there's dedicated areas, there's like media area, there's Dungeons and Dragons area, there's some hard goods areas, so I can see that. But I think there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of items that for me would like give me a little bit of anxiety, because for my kind of business, I actually have a rule, a business policy that basically means anything I purchase, I have to process, photograph, list it and put it into my draft bank, and then like it goes into the storage unit within 48 hours of me purchasing it.
Yeah.
So
that's like some kind of nirvana state that I've never managed to achieve. If you followed my channel for long, you'll know that there honestly will be things in here I've had for years and just haven't got listed. And there will be stuff in here that I had in Hitchin that moved to our house in Norfolk and has now moved here. And there is a level of insanity to that. And it's been really fascinating to chat with you at length about my processes, trying to describe my processes to Simon. I realise I don't really have any, really, apart from how I actually list an individual item, which I'm really quite efficient at. Processes with dealing with this, I don't have anything in place, and that's half the problem.
yeah.
Right? So it has been helpful, and things we've talked about, efficiency with time, has really sunk in, I think. I knew this anyway, but hearing it from you has helped, that I need to, if I can be more efficient with time, I'll have more spare time to do all the other things I want to do. So just that thought has helped.
I think like that if you're in a fortunate enough position that like the driving force is not the money side of it, and like a lot of people, that is the driving force. Like you have to like get these listings up. If you're in a nice enough position that yes, you've still got to pay the bills, but they're not kind of like so sky high, then what becomes more important, in my opinion, is time.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing all your work and spending all your time down here. You want to like get your work done, get it done as quickly as you possibly can, so then you can go out and do other things. It might be going for a nice walk with the dog, which I met Jeff today, and like I think he liked me. But it's just important, I think, to actually get your work done, not procrastinate too much about it, and actually just like getting on with it, and then like enjoying your life.
Yeah, procrastinate it might as well be my middle name. I'm very good at losing an hour down here, and then I'll think, what have I actually done? Oh, I've just been on Spotify and I've just browsed on eBay for vinyl. I've done no work, right? This is a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of all hippie about it, I just relaxed and chilled out on my own boss. But it's counterproductive. It's totally counterproductive. It's not that I've not known this, but having your point of view and hearing it from you really does help. One thing Simon was saying earlier was that because you are, if you don't know, Simon is a clothing specialist. So packaging, and we used to specialise in clothing, so I know, all you need is a supply of different size poly bags, and that's it. And you were saying that all of this, all these different size boxes, void fill, rolls of wallpaper, whatever it is, that's not a factor in your business.
No, I think the only thing that I have that's any, I think I've got, I think 3 flat pack boxes that if someone buys a bulk amount, like 20, 30 items, I don't want to just put it into Polymaze, I want to put it into a box for them. So that I've got, but they're like flat packed. So that's fine. I've got pallet wrap. If I've got something like a backpack and I just want to like wrap it, it's too big for that. But as a general rule, like I only need those like couple of items. I just need like some bags, and everything goes in there. And certainly one of my kind of rules again is that if it doesn't fit into some form of bag, I don't buy it.
Really?
It's as simple as that. If it's sort of, if it was one of these, which I do love, and when I walked through, like I saw these and go, whoa, these are cool.
Aren't they?
Like, it took me back to like when I was a boy, and I used to love dinosaurs. But for me, I wouldn't even know where to start, but to try and pack that up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not set up for that. You're set up for it. You've got the packaging, you've got the boxes, you've got the bubble wrap, so you can actually do it. For me, I'll be like going, suddenly I'll be picking up something like that and going like, oh no, what am I going to do? And if you see any of my previous videos that, if there's something a little bit weird and wonderful, it's the first time I'm going like, oh no, I've got to pack this up. I sold a crystal, a vase. Was it a vase? No, like a punch bowl with a load of, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I sold one of those.
I think I remember seeing that.
I sold it, and like, and someone's going, yeah, there's no way that's actually getting without breaking. So I've double boxed it again.
Well, I still get caught out. I mean, this is a good example. If I were to sell the big Velociraptor, the big blue, I'd struggle right now. Probably wouldn't have a box big enough. So I'd be off out into town, going around the shops, trying to find a massive box, or I'd Frankenstein a box out of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I still get caught out. But yeah, it's interesting talking to Simon about your business and also seeing you sourcing today. We went out for lunch today, came back through town. So what did we do? Pop in a couple of charity shops. We tried to resist. How hard did we try?
Not very hard.
And watching Simon, I actually filmed a little clip on Andrea's phone. I'll pop it in here in a minute. And the speed you can source, is that just experience, I guess? You know what you're looking for, so if it's not there, you move on. I mean...
Yeah, there's a couple of key factors that I'm looking for, which is like, first and foremost, I'm looking for brands. If I don't know what the brand is, but the actual material feels like a good quality,
right,
I will then like do a double check. So what's the material made of? I will have a quick look at the care label. Right, is it made of something like cashmere or is it silk?
Right.
If it's a premium, where was it made? Was it made in Portugal? Was it made in Italy? So all these key indicators will actually go, right, okay, is that a thing? And I can do that within a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then like, if it doesn't come into it, if that's made in like Bangladesh or something like that, right, that's rejected. Right, move on. And then I'll keep going. But that comes with experience and actually understanding what I'm looking for.
So here we have Simon, mid-flow. Never seen someone look through clothing so quick. Good stuff. So is the first thing you're looking for brand?
Brand, like, because like if you look at like what eBay wants, what is the first thing that they want on their titles? Brand. Yep. So like eBay is very heavily influenced by the brand, whereas if you go to other platforms, Depop, Vinted, they're not as influenced by that. That's more style orientated, but still with eBay, like, because it's fairly antiquated, like it's definitely still something that's so brand is like that trumps everything else.
Yeah. But it was quite an education watching Simon at work in the charity shop. And it was interesting as well. And I've been sourcing with many different resellers. And you go out with resellers in different niches. And it's wonderful because we went in a couple of charity shops. I came out with some interesting CDs, some Japanese import stuff. Didn't really know what I had, but I knew it would have some value. And funnily enough, has some value.
Yeah. 2
weird Jap import sealed CDs. What are the chances? And there's Simon finding, what were those jeans you found?
So there was like, I think you were shocked, like, because of the value of it. So I paid £10 for a pair of jeans, which even
I thought was a lot.
which even for me, like, that's getting like an upper limits of it. But the brand, which was called Edwin, and Edwin is an okay brand. It's not too bad. But what I know to look for is when you come, like, especially if you look on the seam underneath on the hem, the type of denim, if it's a Japanese selvage denim, that elevates the value of it from maybe 15, 20 pounds up to 40 to 50 pounds. So these were the Japanese selvage, and that's why I'm happy to pay £10 for it, because I know I will return that margin.
One question I've got for you, I don't know if I asked when we had you on our Sunday show. Did you have a love of fashion and those things before getting into this niche?
Not even remotely.
Is clothing not a weird thing to get into then?
It's really weird.
Okay.
It's so when I was kind of like, I used to be an everything seller. I sold like skateboards, I've sold like sombreros, I've sold like DVD players. I've done all that side of it. So what is the most abundant things around that you can pick up like fairly regularly?
Right.
Which is clothing. So the most abundant items out there that you can like get consistently, regularly, and like cost wise like pretty low, because it's so abundant. People throw clothes away like a thing. Yeah. But I wouldn't just say to people like just go into clothes, it's brilliant. You have to put in a lot of hard work to learn what's good and what's not so good.
Yeah.
But similar to media as well. If you're a media, if you sell records and CDs and that side of it, you can make a very good living. But you need to know what the difference between a Japanese imported like CD to a Steps CD.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the difference is, guess what? You're not going to be a very good reseller. So it's all about that knowledge.
100%.
But no, I was never like into that. I was the least fashionable person. I used to walk around with cowboy boots like when I was younger.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
So I've just noticed this monstrosity behind me. So this is a backlog of DVDs that are virtually worthless, that just need moving on. So imagine this sort of thing doesn't really happen in your world. I mean, what do you do with excess stock if you have it?
Again, I've got a markdown strategy, but that's for the stuff that's actually listed.
Yeah.
As a general rule, like if it doesn't fit my model, I don't buy it. That it's not strictly speaking, because I do like to buy some bulk deals.
Yes.
And I will sift through that, pick out what I want, which suits my model, and then I will offload that. And usually I'll send that to like Cash for Clothes.
Yeah.
And just like be done with it. But the efficiency side of that is that I can process it, maybe 150 kilos worth. I'll process all that, take out what I want, rebag it up, put it in the back of the car, and then I'll drive straight to the Cash for Clothes and I will drop it straight off there. And that is I can probably do that in 2 hours.
Yeah. See, I love that. Everything's got a process. That is really what I'm lacking. It's not that I don't have a process in my mind. This was a big free pickup. I've taken out a load of stuff that I'll bundle up. Mind you, all of that's still sat in there.
Yeah.
Right. I've taken out a load of individual bits, some of which I have listed and sold. The rest just needs moving on. But what I'm terrible at is I'll just go on to the next thing without dealing with that. Right. I'm now dealing with dinosaurs, or I'm dealing with this lovely oak case little set over there, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if I can iron one thing out, it's finishing a job.
It's trying to work out how you can train yourself to actually not allow yourself to move on until you've finished that one job. And I that's the one thing I'm actually very good at. Like I will just keep doing the job at hand until it's completed.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it's like the computer game. I've got to do it to completion. I've got to win the game.
Yeah.
Whereas I get it, and that's like, and that's where we've been talking about like how our brains like work in different ways.
And interestingly, if I do gamify something, like when we have one of these listing challenges, I am hyper focused and hyper efficient.
Yeah.
But round here I've got 2 Henry Hoovers, which I've been working on, but they're still not finished. Got a stack of Angry Neighbours games. I think half of those are drafted, but I haven't finished them. There's a pile of Star Wars books in there from a video 3 or 4 videos ago. on the go. So it's a definite problem that I have, is finishing a job before moving on to the next shiny thing.
Yeah. Today, I'm just going to deal with this. For example, for tomorrow, okay, right, what are you going to do with all those DVDs?
Yeah.
Right, if you even if you put put a Facebook pickup on there, £20 Facebook pickup, come and collect it.
Well, that's the plan, but it's following through. A friend of mine said, "Oh, what you need, Nick, is a whiteboard and just do a to-do list." I have a whiteboard. It's got a to-do list on it from probably weeks ago. This is the problem. I used to write lists and I'd lose the list or just ignore the list. I just wanted to add this clip in. Simon's now gone home. And while it's all kind of fresh in my head, while I'm processing it all, I thought I'd say a few things. Firstly, I thoroughly recommend talking to other resellers about your business. As much as we might say, we're all different and we all do it our own way and we find out what works for us, and that's great. It is really helpful to get somebody else's perspective on what you do and actually listen to what they have to say and take it in. I'm not particularly good at that, but today was really helpful. And it was helpful just to get somebody else's perspective on this and kind of help me to see it through their eyes. And Simon was very frank about, how overwhelming this is and how you've got all this money set on the shelves, and just seeing what I do and what I have here through someone else's eyes was really helpful. Something that was really highlighted in our conversations as well is I just lack that efficiency, using my time effectively. And if I take a step back and really look at that, getting my work in here done quicker, more efficiently, and using that time for other things. I don't necessarily need to get more done. I just need to do what I need to do more efficiently in less time and use that time for other stuff. That is a kind of new way of thinking about it. And talking about a problem I have with finishing tasks. Getting a job finished before moving on to the next one. That sounds a small thing, but it's a huge thing. If I can just work on that as well, maybe one of these at a time, I think that could really be beneficial. It was really actually way more helpful than I could have imagined. Just getting out of my headspace, seeing my business through someone else's eyes and hearing and really taking in the advice. And not necessarily advice, just Simon's point of view. Accepting somebody else's point of view and hearing it and seeing what you do through someone else's eyes, for me, was really helpful. So I can thoroughly recommend it. Okay, back to me and Simon to wrap up. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad you came around. I'm really looking forward to going to Simon's. I will take you along. We'll make a video of the day.
Yeah.
And we can talk through your processes and all the benefits of how you do it and the pluses of selling clothing and the negative side of it. Everything. We'll be talking about that when we go up to Simon's soon. We haven't arranged that yet.
Yeah, we'll do that sooner. Let's keep it fresh in the mind and we'll get it done. So we got eBay to up at Birmingham next week.
eBay Open is coming. Yes. But it has been a pleasure, genuinely. So thank you for coming down. And thanks for inspiring me to, like you say, little changes. I will start to implement little changes and hopefully you'll keep me accountable for some of this.
Yeah, we will definitely do that.
I will link a video from Simon's channel right here in between our faces. So click there. You'll go over to Simon's The Gentleman Marketeer channel. Please sub. Say hello in the comments. Say Nick sent me. Say hello over there. Until next time, ta-ra. Cheers, Simon.
Thank you.